Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Wal-Mart exclusive, oh jeez, Vampire Nightwing. This of course is brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, and a little bit of an extension to the McFarlane Toys 30th Anniversary-a-thon thingamajigger I was doing last week with all the Spawn reviews. I got a lot of DC stuff on the docket, and currently waiting for some other things to come in, so I've decided to put that off by about a week's time or so, and we're going to be taking a look at the DC stuff I just mentioned. Were you not paying attention again? What's wrong with you? Either way, today we are going to be taking a look at Vampire Nightwing, another addition to the DC vs. Vampires subline that Walmart seems to be trucking along with. We looked at Robin quite some time ago, and the others sometime last year. I believe Superman, Green Lantern, Joker, and Batman, and that is all of them at this current time anyways. But very curious to see who else we get. I think a Flash is in order. Pretty sure he is in this story arc. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Batgirl or a Wonder Woman or an Aquaman either. But I'm down for more vampires. I think they're pretty cool and very Halloween-y. And I actually did use the vampires that were available late last year for my Halloween display, which if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen. Or maybe I just DM'd it to people. I honestly can't remember, but either way, it's been a while since we looked at one of these guys, so why don't we cut to the chase and get right into the meat and taters of this review and take a look, see all Nightwing has to offer in terms of accessories. And because this is the same plain Jane Nightwing body butt we're used to seeing at this point, I think this is our 5th time we've seen it. He's got the same, what are they, nightsticks? Batons? Eskrima sticks? That's what they're called. That do clip on the back. I do appreciate that, but we've seen them quite a bit. On top of that, we do also get an alternate hand, complete with a fresh heart that you can't remove. What the hell? First the impaled brain with the Mortal Kombat Baraka figure, now this? Oh, can't have guns, but it's okay to completely maim and dismember other characters. Alright. And rip their internal organs out. Fresh blood. Those of you who remember Mr. Burns' Dracula from Treehouse of Horror from The Simpsons. It's about as deep cut of a Simpsons reference as you're going to get on this channel. I don't give a shit about those yellow bastards. Either way, we do have a collectible trading card, which does not just have a generic Nightwing bio on the back. So I'm going to pull out my Rita, and we are going to learn a little bit more about the Justice League vs. Vampire story. So hold on just a second here.
Tatterine. Nightwing TM. DC TM TM vs Vampires. Data file. Real name. Dick Grayson TM. Vampires are hunting on the streets of Gotham City as the Coming Undead plague makes its first move. Batman's investigation into the disappearance of Andrew Bennett TM takes him into the sewers beneath the Hall of Justice, where he makes a stunning discovery. Multiverse.
So, Andrew What's-His-Face seems to be a major player in this story arc, as is Batman, of course, because Batman sells, damn it. Funny, though, Batman was the first vampire we got, so I guess he got turned over pretty early, or maybe that's another Batman? I don't know. The plot thickens. I'm curious to know more about the story, but I guess only time will tell if we get more figures, if the trading cards will explain more of that, or just have the same thing on the back. So I figured since it wasn't just a generic Nightwing and or Dick Grayson bio, I'd share it with y'all. So taking a closer look at the Nightwing figure here. He does come with the hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases. And here he is, the same body buck we're used to seeing with Nightwing at this point. I'm surprised they're not using the Teen Titans Wave one, though I must admit that one is a little short. But I do like this one. I think it's alright. It's not terrible. It's just old at this point. I've seen it a lot, and they're still using it. They're definitely getting their mileage out of this body buck. But, you know, it works for him. It's a slim build, but not too slim. I will say the torso is a little odd as far as proportions go. And I should mention that the upper torso, at least, I don't know if it's just the upper torso, if there's maybe more, is reused from the Infected Joker, I think. Or Infected Nightwing. Jokerized Nightwing, whatever it is. The creepy King Diamond ass looking Nightwing from, gosh, was that DC Multiverse Year 2? I think so. He came out with the Rebirth John Stewart and the Bizarro from Rebirth. Actually, I think most of those were from Rebirth. So, there you go. That said, the hands are new. He's got a trigger finger for some weird reason. He's got claws, too. Same with this hand. This hand is new. His head is new, of course. He's got some messy hair there. He's got the fangs. He's got the clips on the back for his Eskrima sticks. I won't put in there before we look at some size comparisons, maybe. But as far as articulation on this guy goes, because it's been a while since I looked at this body buck. Have I looked at this body buck at all? Yes. I looked at it on the Infected Nightwing and the New 52 Nightwing and Red Hood 2-pack Nightwing. So I have looked at it before. I don't know why I was drawing a blank there. But his head's on a double ball peg. Not the best range, but a little bit. He does have some tilt side to side. He does have rotation. Works just fine. Shoulders go out about that far. They go back down. They rotate all around. He's got a butterfly joint. Swivel at the bicep. Double elbow. Surprisingly, I don't think I have like any of this Nightwing body that's particularly loose. I don't have the Gotham or the Bat Family 5-pack version of this body mold, but I do have all the other ones, and none of them appear to be overly loose. So that's a plus. He does have ball hinge wrists, so you can rotate, and hinge. He does have torso rotation right there. Again, it's, I think, a single ball, so you're not going to get much crunch out of that, unfortunately. You're just going to get a little quiver there, a little quiver side to side. The waist, you get a lot more crunch, especially since they went and made the diaper much softer than previous releases of this body mold, so that's a nice change of pace. He does rotate as well. His hips will kick out to the side, back down, rotate forward and back, and then he does have a little bit of a thigh cut in there. Nothing to write home about, though, really, if at all. Double knee, nice and crunchy on that double knee. I do appreciate that. Then he does have the ball hinge ankles, which are a little loose on this guy. Not too bad, but they are a little loose. Then he's got the rotation, the rocker, and the toe joint, which is not overly loose on either side. And he's got some nice tread on his little shoes there. So that is Vampire Nightwing in a nutshell. Pretty cool figure. I think he's got the black and red going on, which makes sense for this version of the character. Let's clip his Eskrima sticks on. I tend to just pop them in through the side there. The clips are soft. Well, not soft, but they are PVC, so you can do that and not risk messing them up. And they do stay in there pretty snug. So there he is, ready to rock. The hand's a little tricky to swap. I have to do that later, but standing him up. I unfortunately don't have any of the other vampires to compare him to, but I do have another gold label Bat Family exclusive to compare him to, as well as one of the previously released Nightwings in this line. So, if you bear with me for just a second, we can move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Vampire Nightwing alongside the other Bat Family Gold Label exclusive that's available right now, but from good old Target spelled backwards is Tegrat, Cassandra Kane, a black girl, okay, who also happens to be using a body buck that was released around the same time as the body buck this Nightwing is using, funny enough. And speaking of that Nightwing body buck, we have the, I believe this is the new 52 one from the Red Hood and Nightwing 2-pack. I say that because of the red. At least I hope it's red and I'm not going colorblind, but there you go. You can see that the upper torsos between the two are a little different, but you can do a head swap and who'd really tell the difference, right? Other than, I guess, the pale white vampiric skin there. So getting these two out of here. I love this Cassandra Cain, by the way. Review of her will be going up probably tomorrow and against. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so let's bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Malevolus. Right there. And the infamous, if I can say that without squeaking, Okay, 11 Spawn. Despite the fact the Nightwing body buck's a little tall, Al Simmons still towers over everyone. So, with that being said, anyone notice that Nightwing could be a primo member of the Men in Red and Black Club? Along with the other one I just had out. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So that being said, it is time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the fact that this is the 5th time, to my knowledge, that we've seen this particular Nightwing buck in the life of the DC Multiverse line, yeah, it might be only the 2nd time we've seen the infected Nightwing upper torso, but the rest of it's from that very first Nightwing from way back in year 1 of McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse line, and I think by now we're due for an update and or an upgrade. Even though I don't dislike this body mold at all, I think it's pretty decent, especially for that first year where it was kind of a learning curve for the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, but by now I would like to see something a little bit different. Yes, I do know that we did get a new head and 3 new hands and that gory AF heart accessory. Still kind of surprised we can get that, but not guns with the DC Multiverse figures anyways. But I digress. But at the end of the day, I would like to see McFarlane Toys maybe make some more new bodies. I mean, when they make new bodies, they do a really good job. So I'm hoping that at some point in the near to distant future, at least, that we see some new body molds for all kinds of characters. Not just Nightwing, but all of the DC Universe characters we know and love. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.